Today marks the beginning of X019 in London, and to celebrate, Xbox are running a huge sale. So if you want to take advantage of the deals, you're going to need to act quickly. It's a flash sale, so all these deals are just around for a couple of days, starting today, Thursday the 14th of November. It's such a huge set of deals, we couldn't whittle it down to the normal handful of games, and given what it's marking, we couldn't resist picking 19, yes, 19 great offers. That's a lot of games to get through, so let's do this, lightning round style. Go!
Welcome. We've been waiting.
Right now is a great time to dive into Destiny 2. The online shooter just entered its 3rd year and marked the occasion with a huge revamp. If you want to jump aboard, the Shadowkeep Digital Deluxe Edition will give you everything you need. The base game, along with its latest expansion, which takes players to the moon, plus 4 season passes to take you all the way through to year 4. And for the next couple of days, you can grab it for 25% off. Classic Disney characters plus classic Square Enix JRPGs. It's an unlikely combination, but once you've tried it, one that's hard to resist. A bit like chips dipped in milkshake. In Kingdom Hearts 3, your band of heroes hop between the icy peaks of Frozen to the high seas from Pirates of the Caribbean, and the oversized bedrooms of Toy Story. It's your chance to team up with everyone from Rapunzel to Wreck-It Ralph, and all for just 1/3 of its regular price.
I'm Kronika, Keeper of Time.
And speaking of unexpected cameos, pick up Mortal Kombat 11 Premium Edition for half price, and you'll get access to all the Combat Pack characters as they arrive in the game. In fact, 1 week before everyone else. So if you've ever wanted to see what would happen if the Joker fought the Terminator, this is your chance.
You called me.
Next up with 25% off is Control, which is a bit of a hard game to explain, honestly. You play the new director of the Federal Bureau of Control, who was given the job by an interdimensional pyramid after she picked up the shape-shifting gun which killed her predecessor. And things only get weirder from there as you learn telekinesis from a floppy disk and travel between worlds without ever leaving the office. You might struggle to explain what actually happened, but it's an experience you won't forget anytime soon.
Who wants to find some sunken treasure?
2 quick tips for you. 1, if you ever come across a spooky shipwreck, leave it alone. Seriously. Unless you want to end up impaled on a spike or trapped in a room filled with rapidly rising water, just turn around and head the other way. And 2, do yourself a favor and pick up Man of Medan, the first installment in the horrifying Dark Pictures Anthology, while it's 33% off. You might be scared, but you'll definitely learn a thing or two about the dangers of spooky ghost ships. You never know when it might come in useful.
You find what you're looking for?
Yeah. And now we need to kill it.
Chances are you've already got Gears 5 in your collection, but just in case you've missed out on one of the year's biggest Xbox titles, you can get the Ultimate Edition for 30% off, as well as the full game with the enormous campaign and 3 separate multiplayer modes that gives you the Halo Reach character pack, bringing Spartan heroes Emil and Kat to Versus, Horde, and the brand new Escape.
Pretty much everyone and everything here in the Borderlands is trying to kill us.
And speaking of the year's biggest games, you can also get 30% off the Super Deluxe Edition of Borderlands 3. That'll get you the full season pass with 4 campaign expansions, starting to roll out from next month. Throw in the free Malawan Takedown DLC, which will add a whole new area to the game when it lands on the 21st of November. Plus the 1 billion guns of the base game, and there's enough game here to last you well into next year.
Nothing means more to me than this game.
Much like football, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game of 2 halves. As well as the massive cinematic story mode, there's the multiplayer Wild West of Red Dead Online. And right now, you can get an expanded version of both parts for less than half price with 55% off the Ultimate Edition. That'll get you the bonus story missions and rank bonuses online, plus access to exclusive outfits, weapons, and horses across the 2 modes. Yeehaw!
We used to be ordinary people with ordinary lives.
Next, from the American West of the past, we move to the East Coast in the near future, with 70% off Tom Clancy's The Division 2 Gold Edition. This team-based tactical shooter takes you and 3 squad mates to Washington, D.C. in the aftermath of a smallpox pandemic, where you try to take the city back from 3 enemy factions, upgrading and customizing your character along the way. With the Gold Edition, you get the base game and the full Year 1 pass, which includes 3 expansions plus extra missions and ways to customize your character. And from Washington, it's across the Atlantic and back home to Britain. With Forza Horizon 4, you can tour the whole country, or at least a squashed down version of it. If you've ever wanted to drive from Edinburgh down to the Cotswolds, this is your chance. More importantly, if you've ever wanted to do that in a car made out of Lego, then you'll be pleased to hear the Ultimate Edition includes the LEGO Speed Champions, an entire new map with the Fortune Island expansion and over 50 exclusive cars, including 10 taken from the Bond films. All of that for half price.
It's in! They're looking really relaxed and confident.
And while we're on very British things, let's talk football. Specifically, FIFA 20 Champions Edition with 20% off in this sale. If you're a dedicated Ultimate Team player, this is the version of the game you'll want, including weekly rare gold FUT packs, plus free loans of iconic players and special edition kits.
Jay, Coach said you were being held out for a violation of team rules. Care to comment?
But if basketball is more your sport, fear not, you can also get NBA 2K20 Legends Edition for 40% off. This version throws in a load of goodies to make you dribble, including exclusive in-game clothing, points and boosts for the My Team and My Career modes, and a nice big pile of in-game currency.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Ahoy there, matey! Be you looking for the adventures on the high seas and a bargain to boot? Well, shiver your timbers, gather your crew, and splice the main brain, because Sea of Thieves Anniversary Edition is half price in this sale. It's a deal so good, you won't believe you didn't have to pillage for it. The 5th season of PLAYERUNKNOWN'S Battlegrounds kicked off a couple of weeks ago, adding, well, loads of things, but most importantly, the ability to fling items, meaning you can now one-shot someone with a flying frying pan. If that sounds like your kind of battle royale, you can grab PUBG for a third off.
Something is coming.
There are a ton of great Ubisoft games in this sale. We've already touched on a couple of them, but let's close out this video with a quick-fire roundup of highlights from the publisher. Starting with a whopping 75% off Far Cry 5, which brings the open-world shooter to the USA as you try to bring down a dangerous cult leader. Next up, Assassin's Creed Odyssey with a 55% discount on its all-encompassing Gold Edition. Just in case the whole of ancient Greece isn't enough for you, this adds 2 huge expansion packs, including a trip beneath the waves in the Fate of Atlantis, and 2 entire free games with remasters of the American Revolution set Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed Liberation. Open world hack 'em up Watch Dogs Legion recently got pushed back into 2020 to ensure the game can live up to all of its exciting promises. But if that's left you impatient, then there is an upside. That just gives you more time to revisit its San Francisco set predecessor, Watch Dogs 2, which you can pick up for just a quarter of its regular price. Rainbow Six Siege launched 4 years ago this December, but the game is still one of the best multiplayer shooter experiences around. And you can pick up its Gold Year 4 edition for half price in this sale, including 16 bonus operators and access to all of this year's new content. Or for a newer Tom Clancy flavored shooter, pick up the Gold Edition of Ghost Recon Breakpoint for 30% off. With the Year 1 pass, you'll be able to unlock new characters early and dive into 2 DLC adventures coming next year. All that and The Punisher, what more could you want?
There is no fight we fear.
That was a lot of deals, but make sure to let us know which ones you're going to be taking advantage of down in the comments below, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, because at the end of the month, we've got Black Friday, which is going to have some incredible deals which you won't want to miss. Also, smash that like button. We'll see you next time. Bye.